So the other film I got to watch this weekend is a movie called Last Christmas. Um, I was equally as excited to see this movie because any movie that gets you in the holiday spirit, I am here for. Um, I would prefer the classics like Elf and Home Alone and The Grinch and films like that to get me in the holiday spirit. But there are very few, I guess I wouldn't say few because Hallmark has made kind of an entire season out of the holiday rom-coms. Oh, The Holiday. That's another really good one. That's a really good one. I was stuck today when someone asked me, are there any rom-coms that are actually good? And I would venture to say that that's one. Holiday ones, there are not that many. Like Christmas season ones, there are not that many really good ones. But I'd say that's one. Wedding Singer, 51st Dates, that whole era of Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore films. Um, but are there any genuinely good ones that are like 10 out of 10? Maybe not. Just because the two don't tend to coexist, you know? If it's a rom com, it's cheesy, it's predictable, all of that. Therefore, is it going to be a good movie? No. But I would be willing and open minded to seeing a film that was all of those things and was actually also good. Um, the only other one that I can think of is also, I don't know if you could call it a rom com. There's a film called About Time, and it's wonderful and beautifully acted and beautifully shot. Um, but anyway, back to Last Christmas. I will say right off the bat, best thing about the film is the soundtrack. It's all just George Michael and 80s songs. I actually don't think other 80s music, so maybe just George Michael. Um, but it takes place in England. That's another great thing. I kept seeing parts of London that I had walked through a million times, and it just a great nostalgic thing for me. Um, as far as the content goes, it was I'm okay with predictable. I'm okay with those aspects that you're going to find in every single rom-com. It's okay, you know, unexpected, you know, encounter and the girl doesn't want to date anyone right now because she's been hurt or whatever, and you know, it's all very predictable. They all have the same, you know, way of meeting, and then they're resisting each other, but then they figure it out and whatever. Um, I will say I figured out, my friend and I figured out the ending of this film like halfway through the film, and we were saying, we're like, that's only if the movie gets interesting will it end like that. And it did. It ended exactly the way we thought it was going to end. Um, and we were thinking, spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't watched it, if you're planning on watching it, if you, you know, are looking for a very, I don't know, because I wouldn't even say that it was that entertaining. Like, usually I can resist the urge to look down on at my phone during a movie just out of respect for everyone. Um, and I was on my phone quite a bit during this movie because it wasn't even that entertaining to me. Emilia Clark is amazing. Her and her expressive eyebrows can win anyone over. And Henry Golding, I think, is the gentleman in the film. You know, they're both beautiful people and great to look at, but the writing was just awful. There was one line where she talks about peeing herself, and I thought that was pretty funny. Wait, sorry. If you're not into that kind of humor, that probably was not funny at all to you. And I butchered it, but it's way funnier in the film. Well, maybe not way funnier, but it's funnier in the film. But anyway, I don't want to sit here and tear it apart completely because some people really like those films, and to each their own. And holiday cheer, I'm like, whatever form of holiday cheer you're into, go for it. If this is it, go watch it. Just know that you're in for, I think one of my friends said it best, it is just barely a notch above a Hallmark movie, a Hallmark Christmas movie. So enter at your own risk, because it's if you're sitting there and you're like 20 minutes, 30 minutes into film and you're thinking, all right, it's gonna, here it comes, it's gonna get better, it's gonna get better. That moment doesn't come, just so you know. But it's amusing and it's cute. That's the way to put it. It's cute. It's like, those sweaters that you see around this time of the year and you're like, that sweater's cute. And like, am I gonna wear it when it's not a week before Christmas? No. But for the day or 2 days before Christmas, heck yeah, acceptable. That's an acceptable sweater. This is an acceptable film. Just barely, but acceptable. So, um, check it out, or also just download an 80s playlist and you kind of will have the same effect. Download an 80s playlist while you put up your Christmas lights and you'll probably have the same effect. So, yeah, I'd say like a 3.5 out of 10.